Yo, what's going on, guys? King here. In today's video, I want to take you through a fencing power axe Wings of Flame build for the assault class to help you complete those hard daily and hard weekly stratagems in Space Marine 2. To start off the build, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start off with the secondary weapon being the heavy bolt pistol. This is the accuracy and firepower variant. And to start off the perk tree, we are going to be starting with the perk Headhunter. Headshots deal 10% more damage. Moving into Adamantine Grip, recoil is reduced by 25%. Into Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. We are going to stack increased capacity on top of this. The maximum ammo reserve of this weapon increases by 20%. And then move into Remote Threat. Enemies at a distance of more than 25 meters take 20% more damage. After that, we're going to take Perpetual Precision. Maximum spread decreases by 10%. Into Discipline. When you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. Following that, we're going to take Strong Finish. Last round in a magazine deals 50% more damage. And moving into the Relic tier perks, we're going to take Headhunter. Again, Gunstrike Reload. After Gunstrike, this weapon instantly reloads. And finally, Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. So the main reason we're taking the secondary being the heavy bolt pistol is with this build in the Wings of Flame build, which we will get into a little bit later, you're going to be focusing primarily on quick dashes with the jump pack, resulting in a perfect dodge, which is then going to lead to a gun strike. The heavy bolt pistol is the highest gun strike damage in this game, and with the fencing power axe, you're also going to be able to pull off a lot of gun strikes due to its fencing capabilities. On top of that, any bolt weapon in this game, you're going to be primarily focusing on headshot damage. You don't want to go for body shots. Headshots are by far going to deal the most damage with bolt weapons overall, so that's why we're going to take the secondary as the heavy bolt pistol. For the melee weapon, we are going to be taking that fencing power axe. And to start off the perk tree, we are going to be building through the bottom tier of this perk tree. So it's going to start with Perpetual Strength. Melee damage increased by 5% into Coup de Grace. The last strike of a light combo deals 25% more damage. And then we're going to take another Perpetual Strength. After that, we're going to take Counterattack. The first light attack within 5 seconds after a perfect parry or perfect block deals 25% more damage. And most importantly, we are going to be taking Riposte. After performing a power backstep, hold attack to perform an overhead strike. So with the fencing mechanic and the mechanics of the power axe, what happens is when you do a perfect parry, you are going to go into your power stance. From power stance, you can go into a overhead strike, or you can shoot out a power backstep, power wave to stagger incoming enemies. This mechanic, the power backstep wave, is a super beneficial mechanic for staggering and basically nullifying any heavy hit or any incoming strike, whether that be from a Majoris level enemy, Extremis level enemy, and even Terminus level enemies like the Hellbrute. You can actually shoot that power backstep wave out and stagger them and not allow them to get off their heavy hits. After Riposte, we are going to be taking Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you take 15% less range damage. Into Tactical Retreat. Power backstep deals 25% more damage. After that, we're going to take Cleaver. Damage increases by 10% against Majoris level and higher enemies. And then in the Relic tier, we are going to take Rebound. Speed style attacks restore 100% more contested health. And then another super important perk is Discharge. Overhead strike deals damage around the target. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Basically, with Discharge, what is happening is you are getting an AoE effect that basically creates like a small explosion when you jump in with an overhead strike. So in combination with Riposte, you're going to be able to basically proc an AoE attack off of a power stance or a power backstep, or when you are running towards targets, you are going to be able to jump in with an overhead strike and cause Discharge, which is going to stagger Minoris level enemies, Majoris, even Extremis level enemies as well, and cause more stagger. Stagger is such a key and core mechanic for the Power Axe in its ability to stagger heavy hits off of enemies, create space for you to be able to reload your secondary weapon, or to jump back in with additional follow-up light attacks. So Discharge and Riposte are super beneficial perks that we are going to be wanting to take for this Wings of Flame build specifically. Now, to move into the actual perk tree, we are going to start off with Armor Reinforcement. Non-finisher gun strikes restore 1 armor segment. Like I said, this build is primarily focused around creating those opportunities to get a gun strike, and being able to have non-finisher gun strikes restore armor is super important. If you did not know, armor in this game is the most beneficial mechanic, because if you have any armor remaining on your character at any point, any melee attack, whether that be a light attack, a heavy hit attack, is reduced to 0 and will not affect your health damage. So being able to have armor at all points and times is super important, especially for Assault, who, when their armor is down and when they are trying to fight back that contested health, can become very squishy, especially from range damage as well. So having non-finisher gun strikes restore 1 armor is very, very important. In the second column, we're going to take Defense Mechanism. Contested health fades 50% more slowly, and this is very important to maintain that contested health and be able to regen it when you do get hit, or coming off a heavy hit or a stagger or a knockdown, something like that. Following that, we're going to take Knowledge of the Enemy. Melee damage increases by 15% against Majorist or Extremist level enemies. And then for the team perk, we're going to take Proven Efficiency. All squad members deal 30% more gun strike damage. Again, with this build, gun strikes are vitally important, either off of a perfect dodge from Wings of Flame or off of a fencing perfect parry with the Power Axe. Having those gun strikes deal additional damage on top of having the secondary being our heavy bolt pistol with the highest gun strike damage in the game is going to allow us to deal significant damage to the harder level enemies, even boss level enemies, and chunk off health extremely quickly. For the gear perks, we are going to start off with Hammer of Wrath. After using your jump pack, you take 30% less range damage. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 15 seconds. 15 seconds is a long uptime to be able to take 30% less range damage. So whenever we use our jump pack, whether that be for a jump or a dash, this is going to be able to proc and give us that no knockback for that additional 15 seconds. Next, we're going to take, like I said, Wings of Flame. A jump pack dash damages enemies along its trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. So being able to have Wings of Flame in conjunction with our signature perk is going to work extremely well with constantly running a cycle of regenning our jump pack charges, getting off perfect dodges, getting in and being able to get a perfect dodge, which leads into a gun strike, and being able to deal significant damage with that secondary weapon being the heavy bolt pistol. In the third column, we are going to take Aerial Grace. After a perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash, you deal 30% more damage for 10 seconds. Again, off of that proc from Wings of Flame and our signature perk, it is going to be vitally important to be able to deal 30% more damage for that additional 10 seconds. In the signature perk column, we are going to take Commitment. A perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash restores jump pack's ability charge. So essentially, with Wings of Flame, being able to always get off a perfect dodge, and Commitment constantly regenerating our jump pack's ability charge, we are going to be able to constantly have jump pack charges ready to be able to dash, evade, and pull off those perfect dodges, which lead to gun strikes. For the first prestige perk, we're going to take Adrenaline Boost. After a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. Having that no knockback mechanic is vitally important. No knockback in this game saves games, so being able to have no knockback off of a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge from either our Wings of Flame or our Fencing Power Axe is going to save us, especially with a long uptime of 10 seconds. Second prestige perk we're going to take is Fortitude. Health increased by 15%. And then third prestige perk is going to be Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 20% less damage from ranged attacks. And then finally, we are going to have Practiced Aim. Range damage increases by 15%. So this is the overall build for the Wings of Flame Assault with the Fencing Power Axe. Very good build overall. Lots of fun to play with as well, using the jump pack dash, and you're not necessarily going to be using the jump pack jump as much, but if you like dashing in and out of heavy swarms or heavy hordes, and then being able to pull off gun strikes and perfect parries and deal significant area of effect damage with the discharge perk. This is a lot of fun to play. So if you guys like this type of content, make sure you like the damn video. Make sure you subscribe. And then here's some gameplay of me using this specific build on one of the daily hard stratagems. So I hope you enjoy.
Check for cloaked in viral seals. We do not want our armor compromised in combat. Tragedy that all these munitions must be unleashed upon the alien scum.
Activate the Quartermaster's console and wake the machine spirit. Instructed to load the implosive warhead onto the train and assist it when necessary.
Tyranids side marked. Use your brain. desire is satisfied.
Messiah's blessings, Quartermaster. Awaiting your instructions.
Transfer Nova Cannon explosive warhead to the supply train.
Acknowledged. Commencing transfer protocols. Attention. Services not found. Operators required to complete the transport process.
Sending the payload to the train terminal. Good. Escort the payload to the train.
The cogitator shows me a transport link. Jump pack review. Let me administer aid. Seek retribution. That pit
one who can, brothers.
Reloading. Into the breach once more.
I'm wary of the ease of this operation.
Obstruction detected. Removal is required to commence.
I will see it done. The rubble is eliminated. Swapping magazine.
Remain calm.
This burns with hope and grace. Rats down the way. Another alien is born. Connor, the hive mind.
Speaking operator. Not found.
Airborne. We are the nation of puppets. Reloading magazine. Jump
Speaking
back with you.
operator. Not found. Resuming structure.
I am the righteous storm. Fire! I'm airborne. Melt them on and anoint. Commencing
Remain calm.
magazine entry. My weapon holds up avenging angel.
Environmental traffic. Northwest Central Village.
Rats down range. Jump back to you. The world is seen of sort. Seen. Now
service.
Track 6. Just unnecessary safety. But the Imperium. Avenging Angel. Be an angel of death. The world this Xenos sought to consume, now consumes it. Jump back to
Seeking operator. Not found. Resuming search.
Imperium's hammer, blazing and struck. Magazine empty. The Emperor sees Imperium's head.
Augmenta Minatorum Weapons Transfer. 3639 loading complete. Manifest updated.
Fresh supplies for our use. Brothers, join me. My duty bears this end. For the Emperor! For the Emperor! For the Emperor! The warhead is ready to go.
Good. Deploy it.
I am airborne ready. That silence. Get your stim injectors. For the Emperor!
Error. Engine power depleted. Initiating charging cycle. Augmenta Minatorum penalties will be assessed.
Of course, the Forsaken power is depleted.
Talassa, I have multiple swarms moving to your location. You have their attention. Deal with them swiftly. We will not get another shot at this.
Imperium has spoken. Tyranids on the open tracks! Let us crush them with an aim.
Position. There are engines in service that may be routed along the parallel tracks. Route changes may be made by discussion at the tracks control.
Link your armor to the mechanicus device. You will need to keep close proximity to the charging station until the reset is complete.
Attendant within proximity. Logging on.
Out of munitions! Rat shall play. Reloading magazine. Execute that one. Let them summon aid. The Imperium's hammer. Avenging aid. Swapping magazine.
Fault corrected. Power connection restored through the grace of the Omniscient. Engine charged to 75%. Dispatcher. The engine is charged and prepared for departure.
Deploy immediately. Cannot wait.
Dispatching engine. Ensure all services away from the rails. Safety protocols engaged. Wait for the all routine confirmed. Train inbound.